This is Matthew Lamb, and I'm in IDS 101 at the University of Southern Mississippi. These are our in-class interviews that we did with two professors and two students at the university for our disciplines. One of my disciplines is history, and I did one of my interviews with Dr. Max Gribno, and I asked him 4 general questions. And the 4 general questions I asked him: how hard is it to major in history? Number 1. What jobs are in history? Number 2. What is the potential earnings income? That's 3. And number 4. What are the odds of finding a job after you graduate? It was a great interview. He did great. He told me what I need to know. On the first question, he told me, how hard is it to major in history? He told me you gotta like to read and write and understand and research. And I do like that. I like to know about history. I like to study our past. Question 2. What are the jobs in history? Well, basically you can be a teacher. That's what he told me. He said you can either teach K through 12, you can teach in college, or you can work in a museum or for the government. What is the potential income? Anywhere from $30,000 to $60,000. If you're going in it for the money, this is not the career. And the 4th question: the odds of attaining a job with a 4-year degree in history are very high, mainly predominantly a teacher, but he also said if you're going to teach in a high school setting, they're probably going to want you to coach as well. In college it's harder because you have to have a master's degree at least, and some colleges want more. The student that I did in history, his name is Chase Allen. He's a student from my hometown that I know. The questions that I asked him: why did you choose history? His response: I've always liked history. I'm going into the ministry, so a history degree would help me. I asked the next question: what do you like most about the field? He said he liked learning about the history of our state, the history of our country, just understanding why people did what they did in the time period. And the next question I asked him: what do you plan to do with your college degree? He said he's going into the ministry, but he said he wanted to teach as well on a high school level or a college level. He said he wasn't unsure yet. And the last question I asked: what advice would you give students considering going into history? He said make sure you enjoy history, make sure you love it, or it's going to be that much harder. My next discipline that I chose is biology. And I interviewed Dr. Mike Davis, and I asked him 4 general questions just like the other ones. Question 1, what are the possible jobs that I can attain with a biology degree? His answer was, you could teach high school, you could teach college, you could work in a lab, environmental studies, work for the government. The odds are probably more in the favor of biology than history. And the second question I asked him, how much money could I make in this line of work? Anywhere from $35,000 to $100,000, depending on your area, depending on your field, and your experience. This sounded very good to me. And the third question I asked him: how will biology field change in the next 20 years? He said technology will use more and more. We're going to start learning new things. We need a whole group of new people to come in and decipher the information. Question 4: how hard will it be to find a job? It should be easy. There's a high demand for biology majors, especially in the environmental side of it. You shouldn't have a problem finding a job. And the student that I interviewed, her name is Lindsay Gardner. She is a biology student as well as an IDS major at USM. And then I asked her 4 questions as well. Why did you choose biology? She said, at first I wanted to go into the health field, which makes sense. Why do you want to go into biology? Question 2, what do you like most about the field? She said she liked learning new things about the human body, plants, and animals, which is very understandable. Question 3, what do you plan to do with your degree? She said at first she would like to teach on a community college level. Question 4, what advice would you give students considering a biology major? Make sure you like and plan out your college as much as possible. I know from previous experience in biology, there are a ton of labs that go with biology, and you have to plan your schedule around those labs. One lab can really mess up your whole day, or your whole schedule as well. And the reason I chose these two because I related to these the most, and availability of people to interview. It's a lot easier when you have willing people that'll let you interview. And these are my interview questions. If you have any questions, just let me know. Thank you.